Okay, we're back. We are back online, and the stream is continuing. I'm just telling everyone on Discord that it's back online. Back online, everyone. We're back online. We are looking. And where did we leave off? We were, sorry, I've just had a long meeting, staff meeting, talking about lots of interesting things. None of that I'm going to repeat here, because none ya. None your business. None ya. That's what I say to my kids. What's that, Dad? None ya. None your bleeding business. Right. So where we were is we asked Claude for us to go ahead and build in our search box, our search view. And while we were doing that, we were going to go and have a look at different widgets that are available in the Bubble Tea library to represent Booleans. So we can decide different modes to enable with our search. We've asked Claude to go ahead and build that for us. It's basically a sister method that's with our split view and non-split view. And what we should hang on. Now it's telling me about performance issues. What performance issues did you find? Table colorization happens on every keystroke in search box. Why is that happening? That's dumb. What? Okay. So the first point is that whatever Claude has decided to build us, it's built us something that is re-rendering the colorization or applying that logic, which could be 100,000 entries. Sorry, I'm slurping again when I'm coughing. I forgot about that. I will stop. I promise. I will not slurp while I'm on the camera. You see my friend Tony. Say everyone, Tony. Hey, Tony. Oh. Okay, Claude. You shouldn't be doing that. Yes. The solution is, why are you rendering? Let's ask that first question. Question one: why are we re-rendering on each keystroke? What? I mean, I get it if we're rebuilding. But actually, let me think about this. Yeah. Okay. So as I started rubber ducking that, I realized that just thinking through the rendering cycle of how Bubble Tea works, and it's a little bit like, a game rendering engine. Every keystroke is going to be looking for commands and deciding what to do, what to render. So every time you type something, it sends a command, and then you see that switch statement. It's like, what do we do? And then it's deciding what to do, and then rendering out the appropriate mechanism, which is reprinting the screen. A little bit like a game loop. But what's happening here is, because we've got the table, it's re-rendering through the loop, and it's then it's actually with every keystroke, it is re-rendering the entire thing, which means we're applying all of the colorization logic again to that entire table, which is wrong. It is wrong. Okay, number one, yes, cache the data. Don't be re-rendering all of it. Don't be redoing that logic. That's crazy for large amounts of entries. The UI will feel clunky, slow, and unresponsive. So let's be more explicit with our responses. What's two? State machine. They're missing a guard to prevent opening split view when... okay, yeah. Yes, that is right. Yes, we absolutely need to make sure that we cannot press return and have the split view open. The return key needs to operate differently when we have search open, because return is going to actually run the search versus open and close the split view. So we need to introduce or update. I don't think we have a sufficient state machine built in that we're going to need to modify. don't think we don't. I don't think we do that yet to handle that particular use case. So it's something we need to add. What was 3? Redundant state. Both view mode, enum, and Boolean flags track the same state. Okay, we've just got there. That is a case of Claude mixing and matching different tracking styles. Yeah, use view mode. Use the enum. Keep it simple. One single way to track state. The table colorization code is duplicated in 3 places. Leave that for now. We'll come back to that last because that's dangerous to change. The second, missing documentations, toggle search view and render search parameter dot comment. Okay, add a very simple go dot comment there. And yes, extract the magic numbers. Into constants. All right. We're going to give that back. Go over to the old Tubi and copy the link from the live stream. I've got to put it back. I've got to put it back in. Got to put it back into the Slack. Back live again. And what we're doing right now is we are having some updates made, changing these magic numbers. It's reducing. This one here is reducing the dual state tracking that we have. We have 2 forms of determining what view mode we're in. Are we in full table mode? Are we in the split view mode when we're looking at a request and response? Or are we in the search mode? There's going to be another mode that we need to add as well. So having a proper state machine in here. We're going to need to add another view mode as well at some point and make sure that we accommodate for that in our state machine update. One of the fun things that we get to do as part of this hackathon is we actually get to build a video. We need to build a video. It's how we essentially say this is what we've done. This is the value that it creates, and this is why it's important. And one of the fun things that I get to do is I've actually bought a gimbal with me. And tomorrow and Thursday I'm going to be taking a bunch of video. Gonna have some fun with it. I'm gonna film some people in and around the office and the office in general. Show, whoops, scraping my mic there, sorry. But just to generally show what's going on, and I'm gonna be using that in the video to make it funny. What I want to do is I want to go around and film some people saying, and I'm not going to give it away. I don't want to give it away because I think it'd be funny if I can get people to do it properly. The trouble is finding engineers who are able to play along with it, you know, and do it properly. Otherwise, it's going to come out as really come out looking really awkward. I don't need to come out awkward. I need to come across. I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to ruin it. I'll ruin it for myself more than anything. I don't want to ruin it. Don't want to ruin it. So yeah, this is, come on, fix the things, man, fix the things. We're just waiting for it to clean up. Come on, Claude. Come on, mate. Come on. Fix the colorized table to prevent re-rendering on keystroke. Yes, do not be running that logic over and over and over again. It does not make sense. Already colorized it and the table isn't moving. We don't need to re-render it. Not changing there. You can't change the index when we have one of these pseudo modals up. They're not modals in the traditional sense. We will be building a modal, but in these cases they will still they steal the focus of the input, but they aren't modals. They're not blocking. They're not blocking. Well, they are blocking, but they're not visually blocking. So they're like pseudo modals. Pseudo. Can't do anything else. Now I could, because the mouse is sensitive. In fact, I'm a bit worried now actually that we should be able to scroll. Let's try that. I want to try using the mouse instead of using the key to scroll. We won't be able to scroll if we've got the search up as well as oh, it's dangerous. Deleting HARific. We go back one folder and run that command. We are in a world of pain. Let's see. What did you do? What did you do, Claude? Alright, great. We extracted the magic numbers. Should have been that way in the first place. We added documentation. Clean. We removed the fields because these are no longer being tracked. We're no longer using these. We are using a state machine. We've refactored to use the view. That's the state machine element, or it's part of it because we're using an enum now to determine which view we're in. We've got a caching mechanism for the colorized table, so we're not recolorizing, which is a lot of string parsing and processing and shouldn't really be doing something over and over and over again unnecessarily. Performance impact. Before we had ON, right, so the size of the table was creating that length. Now we have O1 because we've got the string cached. And that's probably going to break some stuff, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that's going to break everything. I say pretty sure. I'm not pretty sure. I'm kind of sure. I'm kind of sure. I'm kind of sure. All right, fix the state machine. We've got the S opens up the view mode. Only works in view mode 2. Yes, we don't want split view. Maybe we do want to jump from split view in and out. We'll play around with it. We'll see what feels right. The enter key is context sensitive. Yes, it has to be. The escape key is close the current mode. Yes. I actually want to add escape as well when we're in just a table view to quit. I like that. I always think that should be something. It's not done enough. We've got Q wired up at the moment for escaping. For quitting. But we should be able to escape and quit as well. I expect that behavior when I hit escape and I'm in a terminal UI. Escape back to the terminal. not really a concept that applies to GUIs, but for TUIs for sure, absolutely. I'm just going to mute the mic here. Machine is telling me, do you want to use the WebEx assistant? There's a big screen in front of me. He's like, no, I don't want to use the WebEx assistant. All right, I'm gonna try these out. Let's go to terminal 3. Terminal 3, this is what it looked like a minute ago. Well, not a minute ago. The last time we made any changes. And I'm gonna quit. And then we're gonna rebuild. No, definitely not. And then we're going to run the test har file again. And so far, so good. You hit enter. You see that we're still missing the text bar, but that's okay. And then if we hit S, oh, look at that. Why does E come up? Why is E in there? I didn't hit E. This is, hold on, let's do, well, those words are all really strange. And we haven't wired up the search yet. This is not going to work. Of course it's not going to work. But, it is looking pretty good. From a first draft, we've got space. And you know what? I'm just going to delete that new line above the search because I'd rather. Why has it got a letter E in there? Let's go take a look at this code. Let's see what it's done. Where's that E? No, I want capital. Match case. 21. Right. No, let's just go and find this. Let's find the render search view. Okay, render the search view. Write a string, and then we got the cache colorized table, which is good. The table view, create the table, colorize the har table output, write the strings. And this is basically just caching that as it is when we enter the search view, basically freezing it in time. Then we have render the search panel. Let's take a look in here. Render the search panel. We've got search style and the search label. There. Get rid of that. Don't want 2 in there. So set all the lip gloss styles up. Padding. Yeah, one pixels. It's not pixel. It doesn't work the same in a terminal. It's columns. It's a label. I mean, it's all pretty. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back and recompile that so it should look right. Now we can got a bit more room now for adding in some boxes, but we're going to figure out what kind of boxes we want. Pushed it. What is that E? What is that? What is that? E. Where are you coming from? Search input view. Ooh. Different file. Oh, this is in bubbles. Text input. So this is the code for the text input. This is not my code. This is Charm's code. cursor and the text under it. Suggested completion. Is that it? What's messing it up? We haven't set it up properly. Have we not set it up properly? Search input. How does the search input get configured? Search input, find usages. Let's see what that is getting configured. Where's the right? We want the right. Search input, blood, focus. Here it is, state loaded. This is what we're doing. Update. Bring in and the search input focus. Yeah, I don't think we're doing any. That's what we need to do next. Wire up the search. But I don't think we're doing any configuration on this search input. I can't see any. Maybe it's where we create it. Let's find the right. Oh. Expert input new. This is where we're configuring it. Search input and the placeholder is enter search here. That's what's happening. It's that. But it's only doing. So if we were to change this to fish cake, we should just see it. No, let's not do an F. Let's do a different letter. Pizza. We should just see a P now. We got to figure out why the placeholder is not rendering properly. Fully, there's something wrong somewhere. We can go and figure it out. I need to go back to terminal 3. I'm going to let's clear this out. Rebuild. Ooh. Oh no, my iPad has just died and now I can't see my stream. Looks like it wasn't charging even though it is plugged into my Mac. Well, that's a problem, isn't it? That's a big bloody problem. Now I can't see what I'm doing. Now I can't see what I am doing at all. And I don't know what's going on. Alright, you have to bear with me a second here because my iPad wasn't charging. Now it says it is charging and technology, man. You know what? I'm going to plug it in to my. I've got a more powerful device over here. Bear with me. We're doing some electronical configuration here. All right, now it's charging a bit faster. Okay, sorry, I can't see without having another screen here. I can't see what I'm doing. I cannot see. Now I can see. Back in the game. Back in the game. Yeah, see, I can see my battery over here, but I'm seeing my Mac battery on the iPad. That's the problem. All right, search. P. Exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right. Let's quit. And I think let's just get rid of the placeholder for now. Let's do that. Let's just get rid of the placeholder for now because char limit 200. Let's re-render that. That's not what I'm looking for. Travel port. I haven't looked at that in God knows how long. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Not ha. I'm crazy. I'm going mad. Yeah. Search. Hello. All right. Okay. We'll figure out the placeholder a little later. I don't think we need to worry about it right now. It's a distraction from actually putting in the bits and pieces. So let's do this. We're going to go back to Chrome and we're going to go and take a look at the Bubble T, the 2E framework, and it's so great. It's so great. Let's go and take a look at, where are they? Examples. And what we want is list, or is there a checkbox, spinner, split editors? I don't really need that. Table resize, text inputs, we've got those. And we need a submit button in there. Have you done that submit button? Where are you? Okay, here we are. Top style render. Cursor mode is D. I'm not seeing submit. How do you get the submit? Submit. Oh, there it is. Focus button, blurred button. Ah, I see. Oh, there's no button. There's no button. But how are you doing like list, like text boxes? What have you done for that? Not text boxes, check boxes. List fancy. Meet me. List fancy. Oh, no, you've got those dots down there. What is that? Yeah. Okay. Eyes. No, I don't need that. Chat. No, not chat. Autocomplete, cell buffer, composable views. No. Eyes. I'm curious. Oh, list default. Can we get checkboxes? Do we have checkboxes? Let's see checkboxes. We could make our own. Do we want to create our own? File picker. Maybe this is just a case of us using lip gloss and I don't know. Let's go back and take a look at the code. Tutorial, screen T. What else we got? Is charms or something? No, what they're called. Pre-made widgets. What is it? Bubble T. Crush. Oh, Diva. Wow. Bubbles. Tube. Yeah, it might be bubbles. Let's take a look at the bubbles. Text input. I can't find it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the robot have a think about it. The robot. Let's ask the robot. Let's ask the robot. Wrong. I'm in the wrong console. Okay, Claude, this is good so far. What I want to do next is I want to do some investigation. So let's, what I'm going to do. Let's just delete that. I'm going to put it in planning mode. Now it started. Oh, I started talking. Now it started talking as I started listening. Okay, Mr. Claude. We are going to start looking at adding the last piece to the search for now, which is going to represent switches or checkboxes. And that's going to be, there's going to be 3 checkboxes. What they are right now doesn't matter. What I want to focus on is how they're going to render, how we're going to render them out in Bubble Tea, and what the options are. I've spent some time looking around some of the components, and I'm able to find a specific checkbox or tick component that we can pre-use or just use because it's pre-built. So we might need to fashion our own one, so our own Bubble Tea component. So first of all, I'm going to paste in some links. I want to go take a look at the docs, read the code, look deeper than I have done, and see what you can see, and then take a look at the bubbles examples of how these are pre-built components using Bubble Tea, and how we could potentially build our own, well, not potentially, how we can build our own using the API without having to just make this look terrible. So do a full investigation for me and tell me all your findings and what the options are. And then we're going to get some links. I'll get the links for the bubbles. Bubbles. Here's the bubbles. And I'll do Bubble Tea. Bubble Tea. Brush Bubble Tea. There you are. I love all their tools. Great DX company. Please check out the code and read it so you know everything there is to need to know, and give me a full rundown. So we can build a quality plan. Great. Let's see what it does. This shouldn't need to ask for permission to look at GitHub because I've got it wide open for it to do its thing. That's the theory. That is the theory. I have got to jump off in about 10 minutes for a very quick meeting, and I'm going to make that the last meeting of the day. So I'll be able to, I'll keep the stream running while I go off and have a one-on-one with my boss. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm having a chat with my boss. He's going to be saying, "You're doing a terrible job, Dave. You need to do better." Quobix. That's not my name outside. My name inside is that one. Quobix. Call me Quobix. Call me Quobix, not the other name. The other name is it's a real life name. So you call me when you meet me on the street, and you call me Quobix when you meet me at a convention. It doesn't quite work, does it? Double standards. I have a double standard here, depending on how I'm feeling. Depending on how I feel, that's what you should call me. And it's always going to go well if you call me Quobix. Always. You can call me the other one if you like, but I don't like it as much. And now what we're doing is we've got our search in, we've got our search engine, we're building our search box. We want to make a little bit of effort to try and make it look as good as we can for this first version, and I want to simulate checkboxes, and I don't see anything off the shelf. We may have to compose our own bubble, which is using Bubble Tea. Maybe not. Again, this is all just ASCII text. It's all just style text, so it's not hard to build. It's just fiddly. And then adding the life cycle and the event capturing and worrying about mutating and how you do that effectively, you know, it's definitely feeling sleepier today. I'm 3 hours behind what I normally am. It's 11:20 a.m. here on the West Coast. That makes it 2:30 in the afternoon. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm usually falling asleep on the East Coast. That's when I need a Red Bull. Take a Red Bull. Get me up. Get me moving. Get me through the day. Chat is quiet. It's a problem with breaking the stream. It's the problem with breaking the stream in two, is you lose the audience and it all goes, I'm going to go off and do my shopping, or I'm going to go take a nice bath, or I'm going to eat this delicious cake, or have a sip of hot, delicious coffee that doesn't come from the coffee machine in the office. It comes from Pete's Coffee and Tea. Not great, not terrible. It's a coffee shop. It's got a message from my wife. I'm curious as to what that message says. Oh. You mean slacker? No, I don't. I think you're watching the wrong one. I'm just watching it. Yeah. Watching the wrong video, love. Three days ago. She's watching a video from 3 days ago saying, hey, it's busy. When I had I'm taking a break. I wasn't taking a break. I'm off doing, I'm never rarely taking a break. I'm getting something else done that needs my attention. Sometimes I'm taking a break. Sometimes I am. I know she's laughing now, but I got it wrong.
I'm looking at the wrong video.
Yeah. Love you, honey. Wrong video, though. Wife is checking up on me, making sure I'm actually out here working and not, partying in Vegas. That sounds awful, to be honest. That sounds terrible. Sounds terrible. I don't think she knows how to use YouTube. I don't think. I'll conduct a thorough investigation of bubble tea. I know, Claude. I know, but you're going a bit slow. I want you to hurry up. I think that's the frustration I'm facing now, is that I find that Claude... Codex is actually way worse. It took Codex 2 hours. 2 hours to do a code review last night. 2 hours. It wasn't all at once. It wasn't all at once. Oh, you're listening to me now. She's talking about you. I'm talking lovely, sweet things about you, darling. I don't think anyone is watching the stream anyway. I don't know, but all right. We need to figure out which implementation approach you prefer in the 3 checkboxes: manual, simple, inline with current mode, 30 lines, map-based selection, render direct in search panel. Library. Ooh. I didn't realize they had that's what I was missing. They've got a library called I didn't know that. Oh. What is it? Is it called Yeah, this is what we needed. Interactive forms. There you go. This is what I was looking for. Look at this. Look at this, everyone. Look at this. I'm not sure. See it. Look at this. Look. And we've got everything we're looking for in terms of the pre-built form widgets. We don't have to build it ourselves. Yeah. Let's take a look. So we got reusable package. I agree. Adds dependency, provides. Yeah, no, we want to do layout. Vertical stacked, 1, 2, 3. More compact, maybe cramped. Grid. How should users interact with the checkboxes while in search mode? Tab to navigate. Space to toggle. So I'm going to go back to term 3 here. Term 2. Oh my god, which terminal is it? There it is. That's the right terminal. How should it interact? Tab to navigate. When I hit tab, yeah, it's got to be tab. Tab, tab, tab. Tab, 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 tab. Yeah, tab plus space. All unchecked. All unchecked. For now. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. So we've gone through and answered those questions. Only ever saying sweetness about you, my darling, on the internet. I would never, Sully. Beautifully good. No secrets. No secrets. Just code. All we talk about here is code. This is the code stream. If you're not into code, you're at the wrong place. If you're looking for career advice, there's something else I did as well. Career advice. If you're looking for career advice and how to grow yourself as an engineer, you're looking to get better as an engineer, or you're looking to just geek out on some code, you're in the right place. If you are looking for anything else, you're in the wrong place. Particularly gossip. Gossip is not my thing. Not yet, anyway. And it'd only be tech gossip, code gossip. Definitely not anything else. There's loads of other places for that stuff. This ain't it. Okay, so we're gonna add Ha. I didn't know that Ha existed. In fact, I knew it existed, but I didn't remember it was a separate library. I thought it was in Bubble Tea. I didn't know if it was separate. So that is on me. And I thank you, Claude, for reminding me that, not even reminding me. Thank you for doing the work for me. Thank you very much. Add the import, we'll add the HARview model, we'll get a form. That means we can then add more cool stuff down the road. Pink theme styling, yes, 3 checkers, and a 2-column layout. That means we can have a maximum of 4. Oh, there's not as many as we like. As many as we want. Yeah. 4 would be balanced. 3 will become balanced. 2 will be balanced. Balance is what we're looking for. Key handling, yeah, we need to update that. Run the search panel, need to update that. And we need to update this, update the search bar. Technical details, form structure is new form. We've got a group for the form. And we put an input, and then we've got multi-selects, and those selections are option. The limit is 3 with the custom thing. Okay. It's a nice clean API. I mean, it's not our API. It's this is why Charm is just so great. Look at that. It's lovely builder pattern that they've got going. This isn't a builder. Well, it is a builder pattern because we've got the width thing and the width and all that. Maybe not. It is a builder pattern. Yeah. It's a multi-type builder pattern though. Okay, that actually took a lot longer than I thought. Sorry. I was supposed to be back in 20 minutes and it took 30 minutes. But it was a very important conversation. Sorry if I kept you waiting. I am sorry. I am sorry. Okay. So let's see where Claude got us to. Where did Claude get us to? Version compatible. Yeah. Okay. What we have here is, because we're using the release candidate, I'm going to go and take a look on Chrome and see if there is. I want to see if there is a release. October 14th. The latest is version 8. Let's take a look if there's any release candidates going on here. Version 8, 7, V8. I think we're going to be in trouble here. We take a look at the go.mod and see what the latest and greatest is looking for. It's all version 1. Okay, we can't use this. We cannot use this. This is not going to work. It is too old. They have not brought it up yet, and that's options. Yeah, we have to switch the manual. Yeah. Switch to the manual implementation. We can't downgrade. We cannot do that, so we're going to have to do this manually and drop as a dependency. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. All right, so we're back to fixing this now. Apparently there's lunch downstairs, but there's no time for lunch. There's no time for lunch. No time for lunch. There's no time for lunch. My friend Ascari is telling me to come and grab lunch. I might just go grab a plate and eat it while I'm sitting here. Try not to eat it on camera because that's gross. I'm also saying there's stuff to grab and go. I wouldn't mind grabbing something, you know, because I do want to eat food. I do need to eat something. Okay, well, we're gonna remove all of the stuff that we did with which is what I want. I want because I don't want to have to build all this stuff. But the problem is we're running against like these release candidates because it has a feature in there that I want and it doesn't exist in V1, and that is the modal that will come up when we've got our request and response. We're going to bring a modal that renders out the body in color coding. That's the last piece of UI we need to add, and we cannot do that in V1. Well, we can do that. You can. Let me say that you can, but it doesn't work on Windows. It does not work on Windows. If you try and build a modal in version 1 of Bubble Tea, all kinds of issues. We try and do it manually, and it just doesn't work. It will work and then you change one thing, and you get all these pipes all over the place where text columns are slightly. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I tried for hours. It doesn't work. So you've got to use V2, which is a release candidate right now. It wasn't a Beta 4, I believe, when I was playing around with it last time. Scary is telling me if there is stuff to grab and go. And what I might do is we'll get this rolling, and then I put another prompt in here and let it run while I go and grab a plate of food. Non-stop today, non-stop meeting, coding, messed up audio, and I would have started a lot earlier today. I would have been online like an hour and a half earlier, but I couldn't book a meeting room, couldn't find anywhere that was open, and I couldn't get my audio to work. It was not working. I had to restart, actually rebuild the entire input on my stream here. It just wouldn't work. It's these stupid USB mics. Yuck. The crap. If you want to do proper, narration, you get yourself a proper microphone. USB nothing. Get yourself a condenser microphone with a preamp. He says the line isn't too bad. Tell you, I'll come down and grab you in a minute. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Reminded me to eat. What a good friend. All right, perfect. I've successfully implemented the manual checkboxes. Let's see, shall we? We've got rid of and we've got all the bits and pieces we want. We're using the cursor, shows the checkbox and focus, checked, unchecked. That's what we want. I mean, that's all we can do, right? That's what it should be. Let's try. Ladies and gentlemen, let's try this. Let's quit. Let's go build. Run it. Search. Ooh, kind of. It's kind of working. But I have the keys aren't working. What did you say? What did you say with the keys? I can't remember. It's not working though. It's not working. Not yet. How does it work? The tab isn't working. And option. Okay. All right. I'll take a screenshot. And give it. So it's too low. It's too high. And option 1, we're missing an option, it seems. Tab doesn't work. Space doesn't work. But it does look right. But it doesn't work. But it does look right. What I'm going to do, isn't it? Come wrong one. Don't need that terminal. I might just get rid of it. Search op 1, search op 2. Okay, it shouldn't have said it 3 times. It's almost right, but it looks like you're rendering it too far down the page. We're missing the bottom half. We're missing one of the options because it's too tall, so it's pushed off the bottom of the screen. Also, tab does not. Excuse me. Tab doesn't work. When I hit tab, it's not selecting one of the options, and obviously there's nothing to highlight, so I can't see what's highlighted, and pressing space doesn't do anything. So I need to first fix the rendering. Here's an image. And I'm just going to copy that onto the terminal. Put that in there. Screenshot. Just make sure that's the right one. No, I think I've given him the wrong one. You don't want to look at that one. Okay, yeah. Next, we need to make sure that the tab key is actually being caught and it's cycling through the tick boxes. And the selected tick box that we're on has to have some form of background color on it, so we can see, like the label and the checkbox needs to have a background highlight. Use the same one that we're using in the table to highlight the selected row. And obviously we need to get those two working before we can test again. All right. Now, whilst we've got Claude spinning, I'm going to go and grab a plate of food. Leave this running for a minute. I'll get some lunch. Clickety, clickety, clackety. Oh. Excuse me. I did go down and try and get some lunch, but the queue was like 4 miles long. And I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got 40 minutes to queue up for lunch, free or not. I don't care. There's code to be built. So many distractions today. So many distractions. I'm trying my best to get out of everything that I can. But my goodness, what a distraction. And all I want to do is code. I just want to build the code, man. Let's build the code. Let's not get distracted with rubbish. And rubbishy. I'll get better, I promise. I'll get better. I'll be able to set up proper schedules where there's no interruptions. Okay. Trying to stream and code and do meetings and monitor bloody chat at the same time. Not this chat, but like the work chat. The work chat. Going on with work stuff. And there's a message, and there's a message, and there's another message. I'm just going to tell my friend, Sky. Too long. It's too long. It was too long. It's very annoying. The WebEx screen keeps popping up thinking I'm talking to it, but I'm not talking to it. I don't want to talk to it. Let's go back to the issues. We had a height issue. We had the tab key wasn't working, and enhanced enter key. I didn't ask for that. Claude. Tab, cycle through the inboxes, space or enter, toggle it, escape, close the search panel, enter an input, trigger search. Yes, those are all exactly right. The search panel is now fully functional. All right, you know what? The only way, one way to find out. There's only one way to find out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to recompile. And we've hit S. E still says E. Where'd the E come back in? Option 1 works. Option 2. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Now we hit space. Doesn't work. Enter works. Enter works. Space does not. The tab works. It's still the wrong height. We can fix that. We'll fix that in a minute. We'll do anything. The text placeholder is back. We don't want that. Get rid of that. Maybe we do want that. We'll come back to that because it's a distraction right now, but okay. It's a good step forward. It is a good step forward. It's a good step forward. All right. I'll go back to... Okay, Claude, it's a good step forward. It still seems to be one row too tall, though. We're missing the bottom. We're missing the bottom border, and the space bar doesn't seem to work now. The enter key works, so the bonus you said with the enhanced enter key, that's working, and that does select the item, and it does. When I'm toggling through it, it does highlight it. So that's all working great, but we just need the space to work because it doesn't. It says it does, but it doesn't. So let's get the height sorted out and the space key. And you seem to have added back in a placeholder. I removed a placeholder. Can you take that back out for now? We'll add it in later. Once those things are in, I'm gonna have it. We're gonna go for a wiring attempt. But before that, I am gonna commit this code. I'm gonna commit the 2e code. We'll run the performance code reviewer against it, then we'll commit it. So we won't roll back from this point forward. And so I installed Ha for you again. It's like, why are you installing Ha again? Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. It hasn't said that today. We haven't had that today. We haven't been absolutely right today. There's always time though. There's always time. But we haven't been there yet. The line was around the building. I'll have an early dinner. No time for food when there's code to be written. We are limited on time, and we still have things to build. We're not ready yet. We still have things to build. Got to do our wiring. We've got to iron out the kinks from the wiring and from the UX of actually seeing search. We might need to add some spinners. We then need to give our loading page spinner, while we're doing the indexing, we need to give that some love. Then once all that is working, once we can search, once we can all navigate, and we've done some rendering, I think that's probably going to take us through to the end of the day. Tomorrow we're going to focus on probably just rendering out the request and response, and then wiring up a little HTTP server that is going to use our search engine. Biz buzz. Biz buzz. Buzz, buzz, buzz. You thought I went somewhere else when I said the line was around the building. I thought I went some restaurant. I didn't go to a restaurant. I went down. There's a first floor in the building with big open space, eating and chatting and stuff. That's where I went. It was all around the line. Okay, we fixed the panel height. It's that padding. It's the padding. It's the padding. It's the padding. We'll see. We'll see. Fixed space key's not working. Space didn't check what's on the checkbox versus input. Okay. Remove the placeholder. Yes, enter it, because we just got that E that keeps appearing up because there's some weirdness going on with the rendering. Must be something in bubble tea. Not going to get into it. Don't want to get into it. We will be shaving yaks before we know it. Shaving yaks. Okay. Ready to test. Ready to test. We're ready to test. Let's see. Let's see. Why is my phone buzzing? Buzzing away. Bzz. Saying there's no line. Is he gone? He's saying there's no line now. Maybe I was too early. Maybe I peaked too early, folks. Okay, search. No, it's... Oh, I haven't compiled it. Oh, you idiot. Idiot. You idiot boy. We've got to compile before we can see it. Search. Now we're cooking with gas. Tab, tab, tab. On, off, on, off, on, off. Tab, 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 tab. On, off, tab, on. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Search. Hello. Oh, hang on a minute. So, I think we need to add some kind of indication that we're in the selected text, because if I go to option 1, option 2, option 3, the only way for me to know is that we're in here is that the text slightly lightens a little and it dims when I move out. You know, it's subtle. It is subtle. It is subtle. Okay, I can live with it for now. I can live with it. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and bring up tower. We are going to commit. We're going to commit that code. No, we're not. No, we're not going to commit that code. We're not going to commit that code. We're going to clean it up first. We're going to clean it up. Okay. Yeah, it is right. It's working correctly. It's good. Can you, or did you run the performance? Can you run the performance code reviewer agent to make sure we're all nice and clean before I commit this? Just waiting for our performance code reviewer to do its thing. Oh, my back is sore. Need my own office chair. Ugh. Send messages to Claude while it works to steer Claude in real time. My goal for the end of this is to have the search wired up and operational, and worked out the kinks. If we get through that a little faster, then we can start tackling the second piece, which is rendering the request and response. But I'm pretty sure the search engine is going to fail in some way. It's just not going to work right. You know, I spent a long time looking at it, but I haven't run it myself. And that's always the thing, you know, you build these systems without running them or using them. It's like people who build products who never actually use the products. And you're like, why is this so rubbish? It just feels like it's absolutely stuck together by someone who doesn't care. Oh, hang on a minute. Critical fixes. Duplicate toggle logic. Okay. Poor state management. 3 separate booleans instead of an array. Oh dear. Magic numbers everywhere. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Number 4 we're going to change anyway. Okay. Can you change? Oh, sorry. Can you fix points 1, 2, and 3? We're gonna, don't worry about number 4 because we're gonna go and fix that later on because we're gonna be wiring up the search engine shortly and those options will change. But fix the other things. Fix them all for me, please, Claude. Let's see what else today is bringing. And I'm just going to cancel my meetings. Cancel. Oh, look, they've all been cancelled anyway. They have all been cancelled anyway. Beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beepity beep. Beep bop bop. Let's get this search input going. Wire it up. Feeling tired today. I might go and see if there's a Red Bull. I'm just gonna go. Oh, well, you know what? I've still got a big thing of coffee here. I'll finish this. Hopefully this will keep me going. Still nice and warm. It's expensive. Actually, this one wasn't. I think the guy had to charge me. I'm not going to complain. So now we're just cleaning up some of the silliness that Sonnet 4.5 loves to put in. Just slapdash slop. Purified. It's not just pure, it's purified slop. Purified AI slop. Condensed, thick slop. Magic numbers get me, man. Everywhere. Magical numbers. I don't want to run 2 agents today. There's no back end and front end work to do. We're just all basically wiring now. there will be a little bit of back end to do with the daemon, but it's still basically just wiring, to be honest. Get a request in, and you do a search using our search engine. You find what we're looking for, and then we return if we haven't added a breakpoint, or we sit there and wait, and we then flash to that. Maybe we need a way to identify something has been hit. No, that's a problem for tomorrow. I mean, pull that together. So, sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. Just thinking through some of the experiences and what I'm gonna want to do tomorrow when we've finished this part of the system, which is loading, rendering, searching, which is, to be honest, 99-ish% of it. It's bad. No, I'd say it's probably 95% of HARific is this. And then we can think about libraries and all that kind of stuff later. The goal is to get it operational to a high degree of quality for the end of the hackathon, and published with some docs, and I've got to do a video as well. So I'm going to do the filming tomorrow. Making slurping sounds here because we've got a party as well. A little party. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that slurping sound. Ugh, this must sound so terrible. Ugh. It's telling me that the code is clean. We've cleaned up all the mess. You know what? We've got to go and review it though, don't we, Claude? Because you are famous for, oh, I've cleaned it all up. No, Claude, you've just destroyed it. That's what you've done. You have destroyed it. Well, you haven't destroyed it yet. Search. Blip blop, blip blop, blop. Actually, I think I want to add. I think I want to add up down keys, up down, and right. Okay, let's tune this up. Let's do one last tune up. Because as I'm playing with this, what I want to do is I want to move up and down on this by using the up and down keys, not just straight up tab. That works, but let's add more up and down. And then I want to hit right, and it's going to take me back to the root, the search index. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Did I hit Q? I must have hit Q. Ooh, that's a problem. Right. So there's like P D D D D D D D D. Now I'm about to hit Q into the search, and it was going to quit. Look, quits. Ooh, that state machine is. Production quality code. Freak off, you freaking freak face. Clucking bell, Claude. Bloody hell are you talking about? Okay, Claude. I've been using it, and we got some more modifications to make. I want the up and down keys to up and down need to do. The up and down keys should, move the cycle forward or move it backwards. So basically, move it forward one or move it back one in terms of the index that we're looping through. And moving left and right, it should take it straight back to number one, regardless. Like if you're in the if tabbing or moving up and down through the options and you hit right, it's going to take you back to the text input. That way I can jump back to the text input by just hitting right or left and then go up and down and select one of the options. The existing tab key should still work, as should the space bar and the return bar. And another thing as well is if at any point I hit the letter Q while I'm typing a word, which is going to be frequently, particularly if I'm looking for queen or quip or quite or any other word beginning or containing Q, which is surprisingly large, the application quits, Claude. It just quits because we're hitting Q and we're obviously running through the switch and we're hitting the Q, but we're not determining if we're in the right state to quit. So if you hit Q while you're searching, it shouldn't quit. It should not quit. It should just add Q. And then obviously when you hit escape and you're back on the table view, then you hit Q, then you're going to leave. Does that make sense? Let's see. Let's see how Claude feels about my slightly sarcastic prompt. Claude says, perfect. I understand both of the issues. Understand both of the issues. And then we'll commit. Then we'll say, okay, this is good. We have a working, it's operational, the UX is right, the event handling is correct, the cycling is correct. Now we just need to wire it up to our search engine. It is at times like this when I wish I had lunch. But I don't have lunch. There was scraps left. I'm just going to have to break a little earlier today and go get some early dinner. Got a feeling it this afternoon. Feeling it. Feeling sleep. Feeling the need for sleep. What are you doing here? What is this? Is this the footer that you're putting? Yeah, okay. All right, so Claude is filling out our footer for us, but the footer isn't rendering, Claude. You don't know that yet because I haven't told you that it's not rendering properly yet. But we'll get there. At least it will render when we debug it, but I don't care about it right now. It's just too far pushed off the floor. Off the floor. Okay. Perfect. All navigation's improved. You know what? Let's try it. Ready to test? That bar, that's what it should say, but it doesn't. That's too long as well. That's too much. Jump to input. It's fine for now. Or am I looking at the code? I don't want you looking at the code. I pressed the wrong button. chat. I pressed the wrong button. Build. Go. Search. Down, 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 down. Back to the top. Down, 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 down. Down, right. Down, down, right. Oh, yes. QWERTY. Q. Oh. Almost. Q isn't working. It doesn't quit anymore, but it doesn't actually. It's just skipping the event. It's skipping Q completely in the switch. That was a stupid thing to do, but this is all working very nice now. Tab works. Up and down work. Look at that. We can go backwards. We can go forwards. We go sideways. We're back in. Ooh. No. No. We have a problem here. Look at that. Look at that. Very, very broken. This is very broken now. Ooh. Look at that. I'm doing J and F. J and F. J. J's broken. J. F. J. Why J? Oh, it's K. J and K. Oh, you stupid. You stupid. That's the model. Always adds J and K as left and right. J. Right. Couple of problems. Okay, Claude. First of all, I never add. Please, I never said add J and K. Please remove them, and H and L, because I'm just typing, and all of a sudden, if I hit J or K or L or H in any of this, well, actually, let me rephrase that because that's not necessarily true. If I hit J or K in anything I'm typing into the text input, all of a sudden I'm jumping up and down the selection. This just not, it's not right. Please don't add that. I never said J and K. The same with H and L. Secondly, you've stopped processing the letter Q. So whilst it doesn't quit anymore, it doesn't actually render into the text input because we're just skipping the event. Please fix that. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I am going to go and see if I can find a Red Bull. Let me go and see if there's any left. I'll be right back. There was no Red Bull. There was no Red Bull. There was all gone. Greedy people taking all the Red Bulls. They always take the Red Bulls. There's never any Red Bulls left. Not by this time. And Cisco isn't as eager to replenish them every day. It's just like, oh, you can have one Red Bull per fridge per floor. And that's gone by 8 o'clock in the morning. I did get some chips though. I'm going to try and eat them when I'm not on the microphone, obviously, because nobody wants to hear that. Everything compiles is ready to test. When we're doing our next crunch, I'll have some of those chips. But for right now, it says we're in. Let's do it. Let's test it. Search. I'll search. What are we gonna do? Yep. Q. JK. L. H. Ah, lovely. Tap. Up. Down. Space. Return. Oh, we are in business, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone in between. We have wired up our search input, and it is looking good. Do I like that blue border all the way around? Sorry, I'm just thinking now. You know what? I don't care. Let's just move on. Let's do the wiring. Yes. No. Committing. This works. It's working. It's clean. It's working. Let's commit this stuff. Mod, what have you got in there? Clipboard. Go you diff. Where did you come from? Why do we need those? Clipboard. I think that's actually let's go back to terminal 3 and clean things up a little bit for us. Tower still in there. That must be a new requirement of the latest version of GoUdiff. I'm just not going to worry about it. Okay. Hargen, Victor Hargen. We got a make file. Clean that up. All right. Excuse me. Added a make file fuel and added in a search UI. It's not wired up, but you can see it. Now we wire and see if we need to have a bit of a cry. All right. Now, we're going to put it back. Okay. Man, I need a Red Bull. I need a Red Bull. I need a Red Bull, man. I need a Red Bull now. No. Okay, Claude. Okay, Claude. Now I want to wire up our search input to our actual search engine, which means before we can do the wiring, I need you to go and take a look at our HARsearch implementation. Before we do that, let's take a look at the code and tell it exactly where to look. Just to make sure. That's in our motor. You will look at the searcher. Motor and the searcher. Why have we got a total entries? What's going on here? I can't be right because it's saying it's not compiled, but just do this. Refresh. I don't know why it's saying total. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a compilation error. Well, I don't know what's going on there. We're going to have to get the robot to go and take care of it. HARsearch implementation. It is currently in the motor module, and you'll find it in searcher.go. Take a look, read the code, and understand how you use the HAR streamer that we already loaded to attach a search engine to it, and then we can then use the streamed results as well as use the new Boolean switches that we've created to wire up to those search options. So take a look at the search options so we know how to pass those Booleans through, and then stream the results into the table. That's what we're going to be doing, is taking the results that we get from the searches and then rendering the table. That's the goal. So I'm going to put this in plan mode. Do your research, read the code, and then put together a strategy for wiring up our new search TUI elements to the actual search engine so we can make it work. All right, let's go, Claude. While that is doing that, I'm just going to mute myself for a minute so I can eat a little bit. All right, I'm going to interrupt my crunching to answer some questions. What should the three checkboxes control in the search? Aha! Here we are. Now you're understanding, kind of. Search locations. It's the search options, mate. It's the search options, not the top one. Search options. Place the table of results. Clear the table and show only matching entries. Show counter results found. Filter the table. This is an interesting question. Is what do we want to do with the results? Do we want to replace the table with the results? It will give us a new count. Or do we want to filter the existing table and just, you know, preserve all the original indices? Because you get the same result out of 1 or 2, but one is just, I think we want 2. Let's keep 2. Let's do 2. 2. Should search execute when execute, not execute. Execute. Or typing or not execute. Execute only. Live incremental search. Or live. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it live. That's the whole point of the stream anyway. Should be live. Let's see what he comes up with now. I'll almost finished crunching, but let's go. I think we're ready. Actually, I haven't read any of this. So I think we're ready. I haven't read it. Read it first. Read it first. Okay, so the goal is to wire the search engine to the TUI, which is the next step. We've got to create our little search engine. We pass in our index, and these are our 3-sided search options, which I spoke about. Their response body is the regex mode, and then all matches, first match only. Implementation plan is at the field, at the state, at the search, the model. We then create the messages. The debounce timer. The debounce timer, if you don't know what that is, the debounce timer is going to stop us like sending. If we're doing lots of typing really quickly, we're basically restarting that search engine over and over and over and over again. So it makes more sense for you to like type a few letters. You take a pause. That pause there is where the debounce happens. So basically, it's not going to fire that event again. It doesn't happen within. If it happens within, you know, X number of seconds, it won't refire. It's only when there's a gap or a delay of N number of milliseconds will it then qualify for another, you know, refresh. And then we're going to execute the search command. We cancel the previous search if it's running. We clear the previous results. Ugh. As you can't see what I'm saying here. The wrong thing up. Delete the wrong thing up. At least you can hear me this time, though. I'm still talking through it. I'm just reading through these suggestions. I'm curious how we're going to make this feel non-jank. Maybe I'm overthinking it. We filter the table based on the results. Empty input, we saw the full table. We keep everything we filter, we don't sort. Yes. Because I need to tell them because I need to use that filter for later on as well. A filtering mechanism. Update the checkbox labels. Yes. Handle search lifecycle. Yes. Escape, cancel research, clear results, full table. Yes. Visual feedback. Show the searching spinner. Yes. Yes. Visual feedback during the search. Grey out the table. No. Okay. I want to keep learning, okay. I don't want you to grey out the table when you're running the search, okay, because that's just going to be, it's like we're going to have an epileptic fit if you do that. Don't want that. What else was there? That's it. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to talk about the filtering. And after this, I'm going to want to add in some more filters to the table, i.e. pressing M is going to change and filter just by method type, or C will filter just by response code type, so it will cycle through the available codes. But I don't want to build that mechanism just yet. That's something that we put in later on. But what I do want is the filtering mechanism to be something that is extensible and or at least something that can be configured or extend. No, I want it to be extended. Yeah, I want to extend it, so make it extensible. Let's see what it comes up with. We're still in plan mode. I have successfully finished my chips. It's actually given me a little bit of a boost for some strange reason. I don't know how. I don't know how eating fried junk food does that, but I do feel a bit better. Sorry. Oh. Yet another swallowing. Sorry. Really hard not to make loads of loud voice sounds. This thing being so close to my face. All right. He says we're done. The live incremental search, 500 millisecond debounce, which should feel snappy. You can probably reduce that, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. Well, it does, actually. The debounce can make or break the experience. Extensible filter architecture, filter the system design, so we can plug in filters to our table filtering, which is what we want. And we can use different keys and say, like, filter like this, or this. So search results, and we can filter them around there. Anyway, table filtering mechanism is what we need. We've got these 3 ones. These are the future ones I want to add in a bit. We don't need them right now, though. We don't need add any filters without modifying existing code. Great. It's just, you know, standard kind of interceptor pattern. We'll create a filter architecture. Okay. Filters, a little bit of infrastructure there. Search infrastructure, got a HAR searcher, our entry reader, our search filter, our filter chain. Yep. I know what else I want to do. I'm just thinking about this, and I think we need to add in a 4th option into the search so you can turn off live search. If for some reason it's feeling janky or you don't like it and you want it to go to more traditional, it needs to be a mode where you can turn off the live search and it'll only operate when you press return to run the search. I'm being buzzed. I'm being buzzed about. Oh, yeah. Sorry, expecting a slide and a deck for a dry run. No, I haven't built any slides yet. I'm too busy coding. Slides? Yeah. No, I need you to update the plan to include that 4th checkbox. It's part of the plan. We need to enable and disable live search. We're doing wiring, we're wiring now, and that's something we need to wire. Being asked about slides. Have you done your slides yet? Have you done your deck yet? Where's the slides? Where's the slides? Where are they? I don't know where the slides are. I haven't built them. Who wants slides? When you could have code. Yeah, okay. Beautiful. Let's try this out. Let's try this out. Auto accept. Auto accept. Autobots roll out. Autobots roll out indeed. you'll see. Just realised I've been talking and been muted. It's hard to see when I'm muted sometimes. Talking to myself, as always. Talking to myself. When I was talking, I was muted. But I was talking about how I always like engineering, like the channel tunnel. Look at this, look. I keep pressing like this. Monologue is pretty cool because I've got the Yap to Key button. Yap to computers, but they come with this little button that you can press for monologue. I currently use my option key to talk to it, so on and off. That's a nice little press to Yap. I like it. Anyway, I was thinking about how I do engineering, and in particular, one thing I love to do is build like the channel tunnel, or channel, as it was called back then. I was very young. They were doing it. But I remember, being in school and seeing on the TV and all that kind of stuff. But effectively, the English engineers and the French engineers were digging towards each other to meet in the middle, and they had to use all kinds of interesting mechanisms to get that accurate. And it's such a monumental failure if you go wrong. Like, oh wow! And they did it. They were off a little bit, but they did it. And I've always liked that. Build out in. You start at the back and the front with the producer and the consumer, and you work towards that experience, right? You work in, like, sometimes you might say think of it backwards, like this is how I want it to be. So you would think about the experience and you'd work backwards from that, which is the Amazon model. But then if you think about it as well as if you think from an engineering perspective, not just from an experience perspective or a product perspective, you think of it from an engineering point of view. I've got producers, I've got consumers, and I need to be able to build out both different worlds and meet in the middle where they find harmony. And of course, interfaces are the key to that, and contracts are the key to that. But for the engineering process, I like to build at the same time. I like to build, back end, I like to build front end together, because then you can, marry up design patterns and all becomes very unified in your engineering. This is the big one. This is the big wiring effort for the day. This is the goal. If this works, we have achieved our goal for the day, and then the rest is going to be, getting ahead. I think we've probably got. I can probably do another hour, 2:30-ish Pacific, before I start getting tired. I'm going to take a break and do something else for a minute. Take a stretch my legs, and then go and get some dinner. So how much can we get done in an hour? How much can we make progress on whilst testing? It all comes down to how useful is our search, and how janky does it feel when we run it. And I'm going to have to load up an actual. We're going to have to build some we're going to have to build some HAR files with known markers in them using HARGen, and then test those. Although the tests are already in there, so do we really need to test that? I'm sure it's already there, because we're basically saying, oh, we built all this code for an engine that doesn't actually work. But I have validated. I did run those searches. I saw those tests, but we don't know how it works in the app yet. That's part of the fun of the black box experience. was just looking at my phone there for a second. My friend Diff talking about something else that we're working on. Little something special we were just talking about yesterday. Not quite ready yet, but we're trying to figure out a data format, and he just sent me an example. When I looked at it, almost, it's almost right. We're missing a couple of pieces. And then we can work on that. That's something I can work on this evening. I wonder if I had some dinner, although I've got a feeling I'm going to fall asleep early today. Sleep perfectly last night. Oh, it's been long. I don't know, pulling. Wow, what was it? 18 hours yesterday? Long days. That's what it means to be in a hackathon. Lots of hacking code. I say hacking, no, I'm not doing the hacking anymore with my own fingers. It's like I'm just guiding. You go this way, you go that way. Machine, robot, machine, do my bidding for me. With varying levels of success and accuracy. It's building HARific again. Okay, it says live search is in, and we are going to test that. We're going to test live search. And if it's working, I'm going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to see if I can find some Red Bull. I don't think I'm going to be lucky, but it is worth testing. You know what? I'm not going to be lucky. There is no freaking Red Bull. There was like 4,000 people down there. There's no Red Bull. Okay, here's our search. Sorry, I was just swearing at my friend. I wasn't swearing at you. I was swearing at somebody who was walking past the big glass wall that's in front of me. I'm in here like some kind of zoo animal. Okay, this is all working. Search. Oh, live search is off. I would assume I wanted to run. Oh dear. Right, let's do morality. Enter. Doesn't work. Let's turn on live search. Doesn't work at all, like nothing. Doesn't work at. Do we even build it? Did we build it? We did build it. Nothing works. Like nothing doesn't. What exactly is it that you wired up here, Claude? What is it that you said works? Because it doesn't work. Claude, nothing. I mean, I see the new live. I see the live search option, but nothing works. Like I press return, nothing works. I hit live search. Nothing changes. I'm just typing in gobbledygook and there's gobbledygook. There's nothing rendering, like no changes are happening. So can you please review all the code and determine why we haven't wired this up correctly and where the mistake has been made? Let's see. You asked Claude to go and take a look at the code. You said you wired it up. You said you wired it up today. And we've got a lovely looking search input, but it doesn't do anything. And I think I want to split the list into 2 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's taken up quite a lot of space. But then again, left and right would break. No, let's just keep it as a list. Keep it as a list because left and right will break. Found the bug. Let's see. Problem. Executes and clears the filter. Returns search message. The handler has filter, but never calls apply filters. Okay, so you... Alright. Well, that's why we won't see anything, because it's not actually doing the work. Is searching false. Apply filters. Filter the damn results. And then we're going to need to add an empty. Like, nothing in here. We need to add that. No results found. Or empty har. Some use cases that we haven't covered yet. Use cases we have not covered yet. Fix the code, Claude. Yeah, I'm actually going to run out of time here. At 2 o'clock, I'm going to run out of time. This room is... I'm losing it. So, we don't have an hour. We have 25 minutes. 25 minutes is all we've got left on today's stream. That's all I've all got the capability for. Otherwise, I'm going to be kicked out. I've got to pack it all up. I found multiple issues. Let me add better nil checks. Debounce ID. That is the same technique that we use in JavaScript. When you create any kind of timeout, you get an integer back. You don't get an object, you get an integer. And that's the integer that's used to track. What are we doing here? Fixing the debouncer. No. There's extra moving parts for this debouncing is potentially going to cause more problems than it will solve. Something we maybe should have added later on. We should have got the search working. We've tried to add like a super search now and try to do it all at once, and we're going to end up with is just a bit of a messed up code base. Maybe not. I haven't reviewed any of this stuff yet. A little bit of code, a little bit much. Hello, Squack. Sorry, I've just seen your chat here. Sorry, but I don't know English. I don't have money, but you're the best. Well, thank you, Squack. I appreciate that. I don't need your money. I don't need your money. I'm not here for money. I'm here for love. I'm here for love, not money. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not sure. I think you're speaking Italian. Looks like Italian. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Italian. I don't speak Italian. I'm sorry. Google Translate is going to be your friend here. Right now, what we're doing is we are having Claude clean up our search wiring. We've spent the day building a nice interactive search input for our terminal application, HARific, and now we are having it. We just wired it up. It doesn't work because we weren't applying filters, and now it's doing a bit of a code review and realized that it's added in all kinds of there's messed state all over the place. So it's doing a review. We're going to try it again because the wiring does not work. What it has built does not work yet. I feel like it's pretty close. But I think what it's doing here is it's creating a big pile of mess. Big pile of mess for me to look at. That's what I spent last night doing, was looking at the search engine and cleaning it up, because it was a mess. It wasn't great, but now it's great. It's basically whenever you start with AI, you start with this big pile of mess. And the art of this whole thing is how well can you carve down that pile of mess into the shape that you're looking for, and smooth all those edges off, and make sure the insides aren't stuffed with garbage as well. But really, it's about how you carve it down. Thank you so much, Squack. I really appreciate it. You don't need to donate to me. Thank you. I'm not looking for any money. I'm doing this because I love it, and this is lots of fun. And hopefully I can impart some of my knowledge and experience as I'm doing it, and showing others how to use these new tools and the way that I'm using them. Having done all this manually for years, and wished to God that there was a robot out there that would just say, can I just tell you the design and give you the patterns and the interactions and the wiring and the signals, and then you just do the boring bits for me. Now, some of the fun stuff is actually learning and tinkering, and you use these experiences to learn new stuff, but I'm not learning anything new here. Like, there's nothing for me to learn. I've built this stuff in different fashions and forms and different ways before. There is a little bit maybe of learning, but not really. So it's nice to have the robot do it for me. And thank you. I appreciate if you'll bring any new people along to the channel to have a look, have a listen. I'd really appreciate that too. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Lights are going out for some reason. Right, it says this is all working. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. Let's go. Go build. Let's go. Search. Now we're going to search for morality. Press return. It worked. 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 That worked too. Let's spike let. Ooh. Here's another bug. We can't use S because S is the key. So, okay, we've got to fix the S because S doesn't work. But we should be able to do a partial search. So if we do pikelet, it should find that head. It works. It works. Look at that. Our search engine works. Press escape, comes back up. Search. Let's turn on live search. P-I-K-E. Look. So Squack999. He says, sorry, I can't understand much of what you're saying, but I'm trying my best. I don't speak Italian. I wish I did. I think there is an option now in Apple to do live translate, or we could try it with Google, but it's probably really slow. Sorry, language barrier for sure. I don't know any Italian though. No habla italiano. And that's even worse. I'm saying it in Spanish. Badly. But this works. This works, man. This works. This works. This works. This works. This works. This works. A-N-G-E. Look. It works. Oh, this is so sweet. Rebald. I don't see a spinner though. We don't have a spinner. All right. So we've achieved our goal for the day. We actually have achieved our goal. This was what I wanted to get to. Our search engine is actually running. We haven't done all the variations yet. We haven't done all matches, regex mode. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep speaking in English, Squack. I don't know any other language. I can speak loads of computer languages. Well, not loads. A number of them. Not as many as I want to. Just haven't had the time to learn them. But I can't speak any other language than English. That's all I got. Sorry. But this search engine is working. The only thing that I want to tune up now is we're still missing the bottom border. I don't see the spinner. We should add a spinner into where are we going to put the spinner? Let's put it after the label. Let's put it after the label. So it says search : spinner. When it's searching, that will spin there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And then we need to get rid of the get back the bottom border, and then finally bring back the footer. And I think we'll call it a day there. All right. We'll call it a day once we've got that. So we're going to go back to Claude, make those few changes. Wait, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for, Squack? Okay, Claude, this looks good. It's operating like it should do. The search is working. I'm happy with it. Everything that is supposed to be working is working so far. I haven't tried everything yet. There's just a couple of cosmetic issues I want to deal with. First, we've lost the bottom border again because we've added an extra option, which means we've increased the size. So we need to reduce it by another row. It's too tall again, and also the footer isn't rendering because it's still too tall. So I think we need to bring the entire search box up by a couple of rows because the footer with all the instructions and all the key commands is gone, as is the bottom border. So next thing is a spinner. You said you added a spinner. I haven't looked at the code. I don't know if there is a spinner in there, but I can't see the spinner. So it's either off the bottom because the search box is too tall, or something else. But I would like the spinner, and what I would like is where we have the search colon label at the top of the box, I'd like the spinner to be after that when we're actually running searches. So now you can see it moving. Hey, what's the broken heart for? What's the broken heart for? No need for broken hearts around here. No broken hearts. Full hearts. We're all friends, and there's no need to be sad. Got it. 2 cosmetic fixes. The search box is too tall. We add the spinner. Let me fix both. Please fix both. Then we're going to do another code review, and that should probably put us up at the hour, at the top of the hour, next hour, or bottom of this hour. I'm going to update our constants. I'm pretty sure that this code isn't too bad. One thing, look at those magic numbers. Claude, get rid of those magic numbers. What are you doing? Oh, those are constants. They're not magic numbers. What am I talking about? I'm being an idiot. They're not magic numbers. Those are in the constants.go. Those are constants. It's just that they're not exported because they've got lowercase letters. Usually constants are either all uppercase, which is the C style, or in Go they're usually going to have some. I don't know what the point of making them non-public, which means you can't use them outside of the package, which means they're not exposed as an API. Do I care? Don't know yet. We'll make a decision a little later. Don't need to make a decision right now. No, we didn't add a spinner, did we? You said we added a spinner. No, there is no spinner. I knew there was no spinner. Oh, I didn't know there was no spinner. I thought there was a spinner, but I didn't. I didn't know where you put it. Where'd you put it, Claude? Okay, so we're going to put the search. We're going to put it after the. So it's not going to jump the text about. If we put it before the search label, it will jump the label about. If we keep it after, it's just going to like, hey, I'm doing something. Hey, I'm doing something. Hey, I'm doing something. And it'll be obvious. Maybe it won't be obvious. I don't know. We'll just have to find out. We have 9 minutes left. 9 minutes, Claude. Before I get kicked out. Someone's going to come and knock on this door and go, oh, I've got this room. Like, even though like I've got an entire setup in front of me. We've got a very important meeting. We have to get out. You start studying English just for me. Well, that is a honor. Thank you. I appreciate that. Start studying English just for me. Just so you can understand what I'm rambling on about here. That's great. I love that. It's made my day. Thank you. I've inspired somebody to learn English so they can hear me just ramble or understand what I'm saying, or understand what I'm saying more clearly, much more clearly. It's hard to do that with Google Translate running in the background. Not very fast. It's not very efficient. We still haven't solved that problem yet of live translation. I know Apple says they've got it solved with their new EarPods, and I've tried a couple of different products. Trying to understand my international friends, and still not there. We're still not there. Thank you. Thank you so much. 16 years old. Amazing. All that passion, all that energy, all that hunger. Don't lose it. Don't let the world taint you. stay strong in your heart with that passion. 16, you've got the whole world ahead of you, whole everything. It's an amazing time to be. I remember being 16. That was a very, very, very long time for me. That was almost nearly 30 years ago. More than that. Long time ago. Good times. Good times. Okay, so we should have fixed... And I don't have an Apple. Oh, yeah. I do. I have Apple. I like Apple. I love Apple products. We're going to move over. And we're going to take a look at our terminal. And I have lost my... Here it is. Let's quit. No. No. We've got to quit. There we go. Now let's build. All right. Search. No, you've made it even worse. You've gone the wrong way, Claude. You've gone the wrong bloody way. Let's see if you put the spinner in. No. No spinner. Did we build? Did I even build? Did I build? I'm not. I swear I built. We did build, yeah, of course it's got a thinner. There's nothing in there. More owl. Oh, look, there it is. Now it's shown up. Rubbish. It's rubbish. It does it when it looks. It's in the wrong place. First of all, it should be after the search. Well, I saw it a second ago. Okay, so we've got a weird state issue. It's not appearing on by default. It's only when I'm clearing it can I get it to trigger. No. And you clear it, and then you press it on an empty string, then it shows up. But it showing up in front, and it's changing to a white. And the box is too small. Okay, all right. Last round, Claude. 5 minutes left. Can we pull this together in 5 minutes? Okay, Claude. Yeah, close but no cigar. You've actually moved the box down, so there's more has been removed off of the screen. So we're actually missing one of the selection boxes now as well. And of course, the bottom border and the footer. So yeah, wrong way. Second, there's some weird state issue going on. Some state issue with the spinner. So I'm just seeing some live lag. Just checking. I'm not dropping any frames, but I think there might be a few, like 10 seconds or so delay. I don't know. I've actually seen it, like it can be anything from like 1 second to 10 seconds in delay. But I'm not dropping any frames. It looks, the output looks okay. But then again, I am running over Cisco's public internet Wi-Fi, not their corporate one. I can't get my this computer. I got my work computer, but I can't get this one on it. With the spinner. The spinner doesn't appear until I have run a search and then I delete all the text and then it appears for some reason. So it's completely wrong, first of all. So we got, the spinner should only appear when it's actually running a search via the live search or I've pressed return, then it's kicked off a search. So it seems to be doing the opposite at the moment, and only when I've typed in something and emptied out the string. I'm not entirely sure why. Second is the spinner is appearing as a prefix on the label. It's appearing before search. It should appear after search because it's also changing the colorization of the label search as well. So whatever you've done there, we need to clean that up. All right. Oh, what's going on there? So there's a question. Squack. Bro, do you know the project Steam? The project Steam? I know of Steam games. I know I've been using Steam for games for years, but beyond games, I've never heard of anything called Steam. or any kind of build or anything. But in terms of gaming, yeah, I know Steam. I know Steam very well. Valve owns Steam. I've been playing with Valve's technology, I don't know, for 20 years. What was it? Half-Life was the first, then Portal came as a successor to Half-Life. And then I had Valve in 2016, so what, nearly 10 years ago. So when you were 6, I got the Valve VR, the Vive, first Valve. There's their take on VR. That was a long time ago. But other than that, that's all I know about Steam. If you're not talking about gaming, then I have no idea what you're talking about. Now I see why it's issue and execute search. I see the issue when the query is empty. Right. When the query is empty, execute search returns early. Is searching is still true from search start message. The spinner stays on because is searching is never gets back to false. Okay. So just a very simple state issue. Oh, I have no idea. I've no idea about Italian coding project. Unfortunately, the only Italian. There's a couple of Italian businesses. Like there's one. Obviously, if you spend a lot of time in JS, JavaScript, Node, that world, you're going to run across a gentleman named Matteo Collina, who's a very, I would say, well-known engineer in the JS world, because there's a lot of streaming as well and kind of content. But I don't know much about any kind of coding camps or anything like that, to be honest. It's not something, when it comes to coding camps, I never went to one. I've never been to one. I've never done any courses on coding. I learned to code by reading books the old-fashioned way. Go to a library, not in a library. I mean, I go to a bookstore and I literally pull thick books off the shelf and I'd read them. I'd read. That's how I learned to code Go. Just pulled the book, read a book, learned to code. Did it with Java. Matteo Collina, yeah, he is. I've met him a couple of times. Nice guy. Very popular in Italy and the Italian scene, and Node in general. Like the guy's super well known and very nice man. Took some time to talk to me once on Twitter, and he talked to me in person. He's Italian. Okay, it says it's fixed all the things. Let's take a look. Let's take a look because I'm out of time. Out of time. We've achieved our goal. Now we're just kind of like tuning cosmetics, and this is honestly kind of stuff that I can do by hand. It's very simple. All right. Quit. Yeah, Matteo. Oh, look at it. That was work. We're still missing the status bar, but I can live with it. Let's do a search. Hang on. Where's the input? Ah, it's messed up. No, still messed up. Doesn't work. Nah, it's not working. Might need to get rid of it. All right, I think we're gonna call it here because I've got to pack up. Right, actually, you know what? I haven't booked the room. Let me see if I can book the room. Might be able to do another hour or two. Maybe do an hour. Can we do an hour? See if we can go to 4. See if I can go to 4. Homeward. Do homeward? now it's busy. No, we can't. I don't have enough time. Am I English or American? I'm English, but I live in America. I am an American. I'm naturalized American. So I'm both, to be honest. But I see myself as an American. But I was born and raised in England. And I emigrated about 16 years ago. 2010 is when I came to America. So yeah, I speak with an English accent. But I am an American now. Naturalized American. Loud and proud. And I can't book this room, so I am going to end the stream here. We've been going for about 3.5 hours now. Before that was another couple of hours. Be live again tomorrow. Should be on earlier, so easier for you in Italian time, or anyone else who's on earlier, or who is listening right now. I'm not sure if anyone else is. Thank you for your time today. I think we made some really good progress here. I am actually going to clean this little bit up here off stream, just simply because it's fiddly and it's easier for me to just kind of grind through it, and it's backwards and forwards. So I'll clean this up in time for tomorrow's continuation. And tomorrow what we're going to do is actually fix these two things. We're going to put some rendering in these, and we're going to add one more feature. And then we're going to put a live server in them. And then we're done. All right, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I really appreciate it. It's time for me to take a break, and I've got a few other things I need to take care of today. Until tomorrow, thank you for watching.